If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Roberts from the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, and I have a very special guest with me here this morning. He is Boy Scout Zach Whitlock from Troop 4126. That's my old troop. We were just 126, and when they made a few changes across the state, they added the 4 in the front of it. But Zach is a life scout right now, but he's working on taking it to the next level, and that was kind of a given when I was in Scouts. Our Scoutmasters really pushed us hard to advance all the way to Eagle, and if you didn't, you got drummed out as a tenderfoot because everybody was on track to move up. But what does the idea of being an Eagle Scout mean to you?
Not only is it the highest rank in Scouts, but it's also a goal in life that'll open many doors for you.
Well, to me, I like the idea that if I can go ahead and do all the things necessary to accomplish that, there's not much else out there that I can't accomplish. You want to introduce the person to your right?
It is.
You've got a prettier Scoutmaster than I ever had.
It is my mom, also, and is also my Scoutmaster, Amber Smith.
Well, glad to have you with us here today. How long have you been handling that duty?
Since October.
October?
Yes.
Well, I'm proud and happy for you because scouting has taken a bit of a lick the last couple of years, and I'm glad to see that here in Sylacauga that not only do we still have my old troop, but that things are going strong and the kids are still earning those Eagle badges. Now, things have changed a little bit in the 3 or 4 weeks since I was a Boy Scout and earned my Eagle. Can you tell us a little bit, just sort of a synopsis of what it takes to get an Eagle badge these days? Of course, you got to make it to life.
That's one of them. And another one of the requirements is that you have to stay in a ranked position there for at least 6 months and then hold a project, fund it and everything, and have others help you out with it. And then you have to have your board review.
How many merit badges you have to have? Is it still 25 or is it
21?
21. Okay, that's good. That's a lot of hard work, and I see you've got, how many have you got now?
31.
31. So wow, you're ready to add some palms to that that Eagle badge when you get it. Okay, you have a quite unique and I think a very, very special, especially in today's day and time, that your project is off the charts to me. This is one of my passions. When I took over at the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, one of the first things that I did was call the American Legion Post and ask them about help in replacing our flag and retiring it with honors. And they held a special ceremony for us and the fire department. And I'm quite proud of that. But now it's time to do it again. The wind blows a lot, and those flags can get a little wear and tear. Your project is to help people replace those flags and retire them with honors. That's something that's very, very, I think, very patriotic and special. A lot of folks don't understand the term flag etiquette. Is this something fairly new to you, or is this something ingrained with you through your family or scouting?
It is actually the thing I help teach when I work at Camp Comer during the summer.
Okay, so you're one of the camp counselors up there.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I love that place. I practically grew up there, and I know just about every square inch of that whole place. It's a lot of fun. So what led you to choose the flag retirement process as your Eagle project?
I wanted to show the younger boys in my troop, including my little brother, that what it meant to me and how it is supposed to be done with a flag retirement ceremony.
Okay, if you could, please, can you tell us what it means to retire a flag? and maybe touch on a little bit the idea about flag etiquette and all the things that means and entails. So let's retire a flag. How does that process work?
You have to retire it with a subtle but blazing fire, and you have to cut it up into 3 sets of red and white stripes and 1 set of blue and stars. And then you put them in one by one, but you never put them in there together. And at the end of the ceremony, you get the grommets out after the fire has died down, and you polish them off and you give them to the veterans around who were at the ceremony.
I will. Have you talked with any of the folks at either of the American Legion posts in Sylacauga and Shoalsburg 45 and 63?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're going to be there? I bet Doug Foster's front and center, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr. Doug.
he's my go-to guy. And Jim Heigl and a few of the others from the Sylacauga post. We're lucky to have folks like that. Now, when it comes to flag etiquette, there are things you do and things you don't do. There's how it's displayed, how you, I guess, respect the flag. Is that something that, being in the news and the national anthem and people kneeling and did that help prompt you at all to try to make this something that's a little bit bigger?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are collecting flags now. I got to get mine in. I know I've already checked the list, and I'm going to turn mine in at J&J Childersburg Pharmacy. That's one of the drop-off points. What are some of the others?
There's Hubbard Pharmacy here in Sylacauga, the First United Methodist Church, the Scout Hut, which is across the street, Fetful School, Fastenal, and that's it. Okay.
Now, if they drop off their flag to be retired, do they have a special invitation to join you for your retirement ceremony? Okay, hold on. Let's back up just a little bit. This today is the 1st of May.
Yes, sir.
You have until the 10th, which is Friday week, to turn those in so that you can properly prepare for the ceremony.
Yes, sir.
What's the ceremony like? I know you talked about the specifics of retiring the flag through burning it, but I'm assuming there's some ceremony to it as well.
There is.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, you have the audience facing the fire, and then the color guard marches in 5 paces to the left of the fire and 2 paces in front, and they're facing the fire, and they sing the national anthem, and after that, the flag that's in the middle, which is the one that's going to be retired, gets cut up to where it can be retired, and then we sing America the Beautiful.
Well, how many flags do you hope to retire? Have you got a goal set of how many?
As many as I can possibly get.
Okay, well, I know you got one coming. I just have to get it off the pole because it's time for it to come down. I've ordered a replacement for it. So I'm excited. I will probably come out to the Kaimolga Gristmill. That's the where. What's the when?
May the 11th at 8 o'clock.
That's a Saturday. At what time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. That's early for a lot of folks, but that'd be sleeping late for me. But I look forward to it. And who are some of the folks from your troop that are going to be there with you? I'm assuming you've brought a brother and several other troop members in with you.
Yes, it's my little brother that just crossed over, my friend Kenny, the ASPL Ashton, and Caleb, he crossed over, and Ty, and that's it.
How many troop members do y'all have now at 126?
We have 7.
7? We gotta build that up.
Yes,
And that's
we would
another one
love-
of the reasons for being here. How does someone go about joining Troop 4126?
We meet every Monday night at 6:30 at the Scout Hut across from First United Methodist Church here in Sylacauga.
And there are a lot of fun activities, and one of the most fun, obviously, is going to be summer camp.
Yes.
Do y'all still have council and district jamborees and all that kind of?
We're working on having a Cheehaw District camporee here coming up. We're still working on details for that.
Well, anything I can do to help, I will gladly do, because I think this is something that deserves our support. And I applaud you. What's your timetable for earning that Eagle Badge now?
End of May.
End of May, because you got to get this project out of the way. Border review. You got a tough crew on your border review.
Yes, sir.
That one was making me sweat bullets, but it wasn't that big a deal. They just asked me some detailed but important questions and let me talk about what becoming an Eagle Scout meant to me. And I won't go ahead and prove it right now for the idea that I may forget a little bit of it, but I still know all the Boy Scout laws and the pledge and all of those things. So quietly to myself, I can keep up with all of those unless it's changed a little bit over time. Anything else you want to add?
His project is at 8 p.m. instead of 8 a.m.
8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That makes a difference.
It does make a difference. So it is an evening ceremony.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's out on Gristmill Road, of course. What part of the park are you going to be using?
We are going to be camping there Friday and Saturday nights. The troop is, so we're going to be over kind of in the campground area.
Okay. That's a neat place. I'm glad
sir.
that they have developed some camping spots, a dozen or so for campers and such, but probably about 150 sites. And I think I know exactly where y'all are going to go. That's another one of my favorite places. If I can't get up to Mentone, and the Comer Scout Reservation, is it still Camp Mike?
Well, you have the actual Comer Scout Reservation, but Camp Mike is used more so for the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge and things, and he can tell you a lot more about that.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that then.
Camp Mike is the part that involves the outdoor skills area and the staff area and the rest of the camping area and activities area.
So we've got a whole new camp out there. So
there, and then there's also Camp James, which is the one where the staff that's 21 or older stays at across the lake.
We still have across the lake. That used to be the Girl Scouts, and we'd have to sneak canoes out to go across there and bother the Girl Scouts. But we'll save that one for another day. Well, I appreciate you coming and being here with us today. I also want to congratulate you on the hard work, because I personally know how much hard work it is to follow through, because it takes more than just that 6 months you were talking about. That's after you get to the life level and earning all those merit badges and earning your way to be a camp counselor, and all those things take an awful lot of work and dedication, but it also sets a sign that you're going to be able to do just about anything you set your mind to in life, because that to me is the ultimate of what the Eagle Badge. You learn a lot.
Yes.
You learn a lot about yourself, but it sets you up for a lot of successes in the future. And not that all Eagle Scouts keep the straight and narrow and don't find their way into trouble, but the vast majority of them are good, important leadership position citizens, and I hope that that's the path you're going to follow. I'll close with this question. Of all those merit badges, which one's your favorite? That's a tough one. I still recognize most of them. Is there one that kind of stands out that was fun or difficult?
Yes. Personal management.
Personal management. That's not one we had, so that has to do with finances and other life skills. I think that's an important one. Okay, one more thing. Another one of the things about scouting that takes you to another level is the Order of the Era. You're a member of the Order of the Era.
Yes, I am.
Is there anything, I know that a lot of that's secret, is anything you can say about the Order of the Era except for the fact that it's fun?
Yeah.
I was usually Matea, instead of Alawat-Sakima. I got relegated back to that one. But I appreciate having y'all on here, and good luck. And one more time, how do they get involved with Boy Scouts and Troop 126, 126, excuse me?
You can come any Monday night at 6:30 p.m. to the Scout Hut across the road from First United Methodist Church.
And what are the requirements, age and otherwise?
We accept boys that are age 11 or up, and as long as you're in the 5th grade, even if you're not quite 11 yet, you can come join us, and all the way up to you're 18.
Well, congratulations again for joining the rolls of members of the First United Methodist Church troop that have earned their Eagle badges. It's a big but exclusive group, and congratulations. I'm Tom Roberts for the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce. There are a lot of things going on this week and beyond. Go to our Facebook page and we'll tell you all about it, because we had more important things to talk about today. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.